Hey guys, I'm Sebastian, host of Ninth Island Connection, your weekly resource for all things Vegas. Before we get into the video, can I ask you guys a favor? Please subscribe if this is your first time here. Welcome to our channel. All we do is bring you Vegas. Yes, we're all over social media. We're Instagramming, TikToking, Facebooking. We're everywhere. We're Ninth Island Connection. Just like the thumb says, in this video, we're sharing what you can expect in August. This is everything going on as of today. First, we are full into the summer season here in Vegas, and it continues to be hot. The average daily high is in the low 100s and even above 110. At night, you do get a little bit of a break, and I say little bit because it's still going to be in the upper 80s. So of course, the pools are still open, and that means that the day and nightclubs are welcoming in some of the world's top DJs. You've got day parties, night parties, midday parties, you name it, you can find it here in the month of August. We've got to talk about travel. You guys see it all over social media. Yes, tourism continues to be down in comparison to 2024. However, don't pay attention to all of this clickbait out there. Vegas is not dead. Vegas is not empty. I've seen thumbs that say, where are all the people? There are still plenty of people here in Vegas, so don't fall for that right there. Yes, there are slower times of the week as well, but that's normal all year long, and it has been every single year. The one benefit of the slight dip in tourism is that a lot of the properties are offering great deals for stays as well as deals for shows and restaurants. This is a great time to visit Vegas and take advantage of all of these great deals and save some money. Be sure to tune into our weekly podcast, This Week in Vegas. We drop it every single Monday. We keep you up to date on the latest deals in Vegas and everything happening that week in Vegas. In addition to the hot temperatures, there are tons of hot acts coming to town. I know that's cheesy, but you know what? It works. This is the entertainment capital of the world after all, and even though there's a slight dip in tourism, there are still plenty of shows coming into Vegas, and you can get some great deals. So with that being said, here's what you can expect for events happening during the month of August. This is, of course, in addition to all of the regular shows that are here all year long. Let's start with music. Teddy Swims is going to be coming to Planet Hollywood on August 1st. Lenny Kravitz is going to be at the Dolby Live. That's at Park MGM. That's going to be on the 1st, the 2nd, the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th. Now, Park MGM is the only full non-smoking property on the Las Vegas Strip. You can't smoke at the bar, you can't smoke in the casino, you can't smoke at the pool, you cannot smoke anywhere indoors in this property. So just be aware. And there are some people that are like, I'll never go to Park MGM because you can't smoke. That's your prerogative. If you're looking for a non-smoking property, that's the one right there. And the Dolby Live is actually a really nice theater. These guys are taking a break from social media to perform at the Sphere. That's the Backstreet Boys. And if you know what I'm talking about, social media, it's a mess right now. That's going to be on August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. They're also hosting after parties after the event at the Sphere. That's going to be at the Voltaire in the Venetian. Remember though, this is a separate ticket purchase. You don't have to go to the Sphere in order to go to the Voltaire either. You can just go for the after party at the Voltaire. Like I said, it's a separate ticket purchase. And again, the Voltaire is in the Venetian, which is close to the Sphere. So that makes sense there. Kelly Clarkson is at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. That's going to be on the 1st and 2nd, the 8th and 9th, the 15th and 16th. She did have a slight hiccup when she kicked off her residency. She had to cancel the first 2 dates, and the first one she canceled the day of. This is not common in Vegas, but it does happen. We've seen it happen several times before, so we always remind you guys, stay up to date on what you're coming to Vegas for because it can change the day of, so have a backup plan. All right, let's move on. We've got Everclear over at the Strat on the 2nd. The Strat has some great deals right now too. Russ at MGM Grand on the 2nd as well. Kelani at Fontainebleau, that's going to be on the 8th. Boys to Men at the Cosmopolitan on the 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th. They've been here several times this year already, so if you can't catch them in August, it's a pretty good bet that they're going to be back again. Counting Crows, still doing their thing in 2025. They're going to be at Planet Hollywood on the 9th. The Planet Hollywood Theater, that's at the back theater. And if you haven't been to PH in a while or to Vegas in a while, that used to be Zappos. And you know what? There is not a bad seat in the house. We've been to many concerts there and never disappointed. So don't worry about spending all your money on great seats. Again, there's not a bad seat in the house there in that theater. Let's move on. We've got Alabama Shakes at Fontainebleau. That's going to be at the 9th. And you know what? The Fontainebleau is a beautiful property. Totally worth just checking out if you haven't been there. You've got Ghost at MGM Grand on the 9th. Ben Folds, not Ben Folds 5 anymore, over at the Wynn on the 9th. Maoli over at T-Mobile Arena on the 9th. That's going to be a great event right there. Expect a lot of former Hawaii residents and Southern California residents to be at that one. Dwight Yoakam at Virgin Hotels, and that's going to be on the 10th. And you know what? I wish that property was closer to the Strip because it's a really nice property. Rick Springfield is going to be over at Lee's Family Forum. That's going to be on the 10th. And Lee's Family Forum, that's out in Green Valley Ranch. It's actually right across from where the district at Green Valley Ranch is. And that's a great area to just spend the entire day if you're going to be going out to Rick Springfield. There's tons of dining, retail. Green Valley Ranch Casino is absolutely beautiful. It's a really great area. So I would spend the entire day out there before the event. Then you've got Sublime over at Dolby Live. Again, that's at Park MGM. That's going to be on the 15th and 16th. Suicide Boys over at T-Mobile Arena on the 22nd. Charlie Wilson over at the Palms on the 22nd. The Palms actually has a lot of events and they redid that entire property. It's absolutely beautiful. Bruno Mars over at Dolby Live at Park MGM. That's going to be on the 22nd, the 23rd, the 26th, the 27th, the 30th, and 31st. And you know what? He's another one that's always in Vegas. If you may not know this, he has his spot over at Bellagio, and that's the Pinky Ring. Not to be confused with Pinkies by Vanderpump that's over at Flamingo. I don't know why they're the same. I know Bruno Mars because he always wears a pinky ring and that's kind of his thing, but Pinkies by Vanderpump over at Flamingo, they're nothing to do with each other right here. All right, we've got Toto, Christopher Cross, and Men at Work over at Fontainebleau, and that's going to be on the 23rd. I just discovered this summer. This is Yacht Rock. And you know what? I'm all in. I bet that's going to be a great concert. The Buena Vista Social Orchestra going to be at the Wynn on the 24th. Pantera over at T-Mobile Arena. That's going to be on the 29th. G-Dragon, again at T-Mobile Arena. That's going to be on the 31st. And just a heads up, if you're in town when there are events like this at T-Mobile Arena, it's going to be crazy busy around the entire area. That's Park MGM, New York, New York. You can expect the tram that goes from Bellagio to Park MGM to be just jam-packed. And if you didn't know about this, there is a free tram that goes from Bellagio to Park MGM. And Park MGM is right next to T-Mobile Arena. So that's a great way to avoid the heat and avoid walking down Las Vegas Boulevard. But again, it's going to be crowded. Let's move on to comedy. We've got Donnell Rawlings, better known as Ashy Larry, going to be over at Wise Guys Comedy Cafe on the 1st and 2nd. We've seen him when he opened up for Dave Chappelle right here in Vegas at the MGM, and he is absolutely hilarious. Then we've got Paul Reiser over at Green Valley Ranch. That's going to be on the 2nd. Kathleen Madigan at the Venetian on the 2nd and the 16th. George Lopez coming to town. He's going to be at the MGM Grand on the 8th and 9th. Brian Regan at the Venetian on the 9th. Leanne Morgan over at the Wynn on the 15th and 16th. Lewis Black, he comes to town all the time, going to be at the Venetian on the 22nd. And the Venetian, that's a great little club right there. We've been there before. Mark Norman going to be at the Venetian. A lot of comedians coming into Venetian this month. On the 23rd, Ron White, who's also always comes to town, That's going to be at the Cosmopolitan on the 23rd. Chelsea Handler at the Chelsea at Cosmopolitan on the 30th. And she's another one that's always in town. So if you do want to see her and don't get the chance to come to Vegas in August, she'll be back again. We do have sports happening in the month of August. The Las Vegas Aviators are at the Las Vegas Ballpark on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then again on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. That's over there in Summerlin, which is another great area. There's a Trader Joe's, there's retail, there's dining. You're right across from Red Rock Casino, which is a really nice property. So plan on spending the day. Las Vegas Aces are over at Michelob Ultra Arena on the 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 10th, and 13th. And you know what? I didn't know that I would like WNBA games until I went. At least here in Vegas, it's so much fun. And maybe it's because it's Vegas. I don't know. I've never been anywhere else in the country, but the Las Vegas Aces at Michelob Ultra, that's always a fun time. And you know what? Those tickets are really inexpensive. And just in case you didn't know, Michelob Ultra Arena is right there at Mandalay Bay. You don't have to go outside of the property. It's connected right there, so super easy to get to. All right, guys, that's it. But again, this is in addition to all of the regular Vegas shows that are still going on. And you know what? They're having some really great deals on tickets. As always, we recommend staying up to date on any event that you plan on attending, as things get added and canceled right here in Vegas every single day. And like I mentioned earlier, Kelly Clarkson in July, when she was kicking off her show at Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, she canceled the first day of the show. There were people there waiting to go in when it was canceled. So have a plan B. Also, be sure to look into the policies for both the event and the artist, because they're going to be different. Nobody wants to be running back to the hotel room to drop off a purse that's too big or drop off a cell phone, because they're not allowed. If you want to stay up to date on the latest Vegas news and events, like I mentioned earlier, we do a podcast every single week. We drop it here at 10 a.m. Vegas time every single Monday. Also, hit us up on social media. We're Instagramming, we're TikToking, we're threading, we're Facebooking, we're everywhere. We are Ninth Island Connection. And check out the description below so that you can see how you can watch our television show wherever you are. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to check out our merchandise shop right here. We've got your t-shirts, your hats, coffee mugs, everything Ninth Island Connection. Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people,
Great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.